Hello friends, welcome to understabd. Today's tutorial is for beginners who have been now introduced to AutoCAD and want to understand AutoCAD and become a pro. Yeah, because AutoCAD is a communication software I don't know how to put it. AutoCAD is like a friend to communicate with you. AutoCAD is a very interesting course. So if you find interest in AutoCAD and you want to learn AutoCAD and become a pro, I want you to do something. I want you to hit on the subscribe button and click on the bell as well so that you keep you updated anytime that we upload videos on this channel. So subscribe to help this channel, grow and grow. So today is just about tour. We're going to have a tour and how to use the commands, teach you few settings to do before you start your work. So as a pro, you have to work professionally. Yeah, so as I said, today we're going to use AutoCAD 2016. So if you open AutoCAD 2016, this is how it looks like. It's here, AutoCAD 2016. So you may use other versions of AutoCAD, no problem. Since you use the same command anywhere, if you use a so AutoCAD here, very interesting. So today, as I said, it's a tour that I'm going to have. So I want you to follow my pointer carefully in my words that I'll say. Follow me carefully. So before I get started, I was like, when you open AutoCAD, why this grays on the screen like that? When you left click on the mouse, it give you this blue window to the left, and you bring it to the right, it give you this blue window. What's all this? So I was like, when you right click as well, it give you this dialog window, a box here. I was like, what's this? So I understand what you're going through, but at the end I passed. So you can do same. So before you do anything, I want you to know that AutoCAD communicates with you, so you have to understand AutoCAD. So by the end of this course, and you find it interesting, just subscribe and keep the channel growing and drop a comment so that we know how to improve in our next tutorial. So let's just get started. Okay, now before we start AutoCAD, you see there's this cursor over here which looks very small on the screen. This blue icon down here, that's our on. So before that, we have this gear icon here. If you click down this drop down arrow, you're gonna get a whole lot of working interface. You have the 3D basic 3D modeling. So you click on the 3D modeling. 3D modeling is for designing 3Ds. You want to make 3D objects, that's how you switch to 3D. You have this extrude box and press pull for the 3D works. Alright. So you switch back to AutoCAD Classic or drafting annotation. So turn it to about AutoCAD Classic there. So it's the same thing. So before that, you're gonna set your units that you use to work with, depending on the unit that you use. So you're gonna type your unit and hit enter to confirm. This box will come out. Then you check from the decimal. So you're gonna use decimal, and if you want to use architectural, you're going to use it for architecture is for architectural drawings. You're going to use the feet and inches units, and you're going to use the units inches and feet. You switch to architectural, you see that the precision have changed. You're gonna use and you maintain this one as inches. So architectural, you're going to use decimal. Alright, then the precision goes 0.00, then you change this to millimeters, then clockwise. So you have to check your clockwise. Then okay, the reason why we check the clockwise box is if you don't check, any rotation that you do, your anti-clockwise direction will become your clockwise direction, and your clockwise direction will become anti-clockwise direction. So what I have to do is to check it so that your clockwise will be your clockwise and anti-clockwise will be your anti-clockwise. So that's all. Then okay. Alright. So you see, after setting your unit, let's get to this cursor over here. It looks very small and I can't work with it. I'm gonna type options on the keyboard. And as time goes on, following this tutorial to where you can reach, you're gonna be handy with your keyboard, fast working, so that I can work within a time frame, right? You're gonna have your display here. Then you click on the display. then adjust your cursor size to, let's say, 50 will do, or yeah, 50. Then okay, hit okay. Now that I see the cursor have changed, like I've increased a little bit for us so we can use it. Simple. And for the background, if you don't want to work with a black background, you want to work with the white, the same thing, options on your keyboard, enter, then you move to the display, then you click on this colors, then you change it from black to white, right, to apply and close. You see the background have changed, but I prefer using, okay, you should use the white, right? So okay, then move on. So our next thing is, if you check from this ribbon over here, the home, insert and rotate parametric view, you get there. But for what I want to tell you is, for anything that you want to draw, concerning drawing, that hey, I want to draw a rectangle, I want to draw this. Don't move to any ribbon or box or panel, only for the drawing panel, right? So this side, the drawing side, this is where all the drawing tools are. So you're gonna have the line, polyline, circle, arc, rectangle. If you click that down, you're gonna have polygon too as well. And the drawer, you have a lot of drawings over here, hidden the hatch, the helix, the donut, and the revision cloud and stuff. So you're gonna have it there. So, and you have the modifier. So the modifier comes with, the modifier is like, you want to modify the circle that you've drawn, you want to rotate it, move, mirror, copy, offset, explode. That's the modifier the name comes with. So that's all that we're gonna do for the test. For to add a test, add dimension to your drawings, you get there. But for today, we're gonna cover these commands here, so that the next time you try to use the command. So before I start using any command, the grade here is like, the visual students, most of the times want to draw like a perfect human shape or human head, or they have a grid lines on their sheet, so that they'll know that from this box to that box to take this arc, and from this box to take this line within this angle. So this is how the grid also serves as. But you can decide not to work with it by clicking on this blue icon here. That's the auto mode, F7 for it. It will switch it off. So if I click back, it turn on. If I click, turn off. So we now have a blank space. So before that, you have a line. You click on your line. In AutoCAD, if you can't find anything, you just have to type. And the shortcut for line is L. On the keyboard, just hit L and you click. So you see, I'll click the AutoCAD. That's why I say AutoCAD communicates with you. If you check from this command prompt here, it says specify first point. So any command that you choose, this command prompt will tell you what to do next. So if you don't know what to do next, you have to read from there, because since I know what to do, I might not read, so I know that if I click this is the next step, I'll do it. So if you don't know, you have to click the command prompt. That's where the command prompt is just not there for anything, just communicate with you. So if you click on this arrow here to give you the history of your commands that you've executed. So click anywhere on the screen. That's the first point. And if I drag, you can see the lines move freely 360, right? But the 360, and if you want to draw a straight line, you may not get it perfect, yeah, but you see, if I do this, the line will be somehow rough, zigzag like, something like that. If I zoom in, you will see the line is not all that straight, or smooth enough. So if you want to draw a perfect line and restrict your line from rotating freely 360, you have to restrict it within this 4 cardinal point, or this 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. want to restrict the rotation there, so they can draw a horizontal, vertical, perfectly like more than ruler. So you're gonna hit your F8 key on the keyboard, or this perpendicular icon over here, or the 90 degrees icon. That's auto mode. F8 for it, as I said. So now you can see if I rotate my mouse here, you see how it rotates. So it's restricted to that main angles, the 90, 180, 270, 360, 0. Right. So now I can draw any straight line. Say specify the next point for the line, the completion of it. And the line is the distance between 2 points gives you a line, right? So that's how you deal with the line. So that's it. And you see, zooming in and zooming out, just using the middle mouse wheel just to zoom in and zoom out, right? And if you want to pan or hold the work area, just hit on the middle mouse button, you drag left, right, up, then this is the called panning. You pan. If you want to adjust, move the work to this side, you can just hold down the middle mouse button, then after position it, release. You can do the same thing by using this, hand. But this, if you click, it is that the hand is opened. And so before you can, move the work, you have to left click on the mouse so that the hand grabs the worksheet or the work area, then drag left, right. So then you release and hands open, then escape to it, leave command. That's a long process. So you just hold down the middle mouse button, it grabs, you position, you release your hand, that's all. And the zooming in also comes with where the cursor is. The zoom focus on where the cursor is. So if I put the cursor here and I zoom in, see my work zoom to the left, meaning the zoom focus on where my pointer is. So if I want to get my work, I have to put the pointer on the work and I zoom in so that I get my work to where I want it to be. Or if it is missing, you can't find. All I have to do, double click on the middle mouse wheel twice. See, so every work that you've done will just come and fit the screen automatically. If it's hidden and you can't find, double click, it will come fit the screen, right? Working space, that's the working space. Come and fit the working space for you. So now that we are done with this few intro, someone may ask what's the difference between a line and a polyline. Yeah, a line and a polyline they are the same line. You are all used for drawing lines, but I have a difference. So let's say I want to use the line to draw this object. Draw to the right, down, right, down, right, down. Click. Then I will snap here. Then I'll get my. I didn't click as I placed my pointer. I didn't click. I just over it there. Then I'll get this extension green line so that it will intersect with where my line is, so that I'll click, then I'll close at the end. And let's use polyline as well. So polyline, I'm gonna do same here. Click, 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 down. Then I'm gonna do same here, and we close at the end. All right. So the difference is if I click on this, I just put my pointer on it and I click on this line. Only that line is being selected, right? But if I click on the same line here, all the line is being selected. Why is this happening? Because line and polyline gives you a complete line, like something like a union line, like drawing an object without releasing your pen or your pencil. So your hand is on the worksheet and you draw till you release. That will give you a complete line. So it's like a joint or a solid line. By line gives you separate line, no matter what you draw. So you can, if you want to delete this, hit delete key on the keyboard to delete that one alone. Control Z to undo. Then if you want to delete this, you can delete unless you explode it so that you get different individual lines, right? And that's it. The difference between polyline and a line. You get it? So Now that we are done with the polyline, if you don't get it, you have to play back and play back so that you can understand it very well. We're gonna have our circle command, and after clicking circle, the next thing you're gonna do is, click center point. So if you have a center point, you click per the command. You click for a center point. Then it asks for specify radius of a circle per the command prompt. Let's say the radius is 1.5 as it have predicted for us 1.5. Then you just type in, right? So we're gonna do the same thing. It says at the center point, it says specify radius of a circle or diameter. So if you're having a diameter that you can divide even, you just don't have to go and take a calculator and do your division. All that you have to do is hit D on your keyboard or just bring your mouse here and you click for diameter so that you punch in the diameter that you have that you can divide in. After clicking, you see it will change from specify radius to specify diameter of the circle. So now the diameter, because it's giving us 3.0 here because initially our radius was 1.5, so it has given the diameter of the initial drawing that circle that we had or we drew. So you're gonna use the diameter of, let's say, 2. So enter. Right. You have a diameter 2, meaning the radius is 1. So this is the diameter 2, radius is 1. Right. So that's how we deal with the circles. And if you put this down, you have a whole lot of circles. You have a 2-point circle. That 2-point circle, how we understand, create a circle using two endpoints of diameter. Right. So it's like if you click on this, you want to draw a circle. This is the first point, and this is the second point. That's 2-point circle. Right. Alright. So that's it. And there's one thing I want to tell you before I move to the arc. You have something called the O snap. That will just snap mode. If I want to draw a line at the center of this line, you see, I'm not getting the center line, the midpoint. It's giving me only the end point of the line. Why is it happening? Because I want to draw from the center. Alright. So if I want to draw, okay, this is the center. Now click here and I'll draw. If I'm to zoom in, let's say, alright, I did a good job here, but that's not right. You can sometimes get the line being above the baseline or below, right? But I did a good job. So without doing much, I'm gonna type object snap. That's O snap on the keyboard. O snap. Then this box, will pop up. You see only the midpoint, center, extension are being selected. So you can't get the midpoint, the geometry. So we just select all, then OK. So now I'll pick my line again. Then you see I get the endpoint. If I move nearest, then we have the midpoint. Alright, so I can click here because I've snapped on my midpoint. Then I'll draw another line there. So that O snap or the snap is like a magnet. It helps you track at a point. To snap at on the line, the center midpoint that you want to snap there, so that you can get a perfect, a point to draw your next object over there. Alright, so that's the O snap for you. I think we are clear. And now that we are done with this, all I'm gonna do is the green window and the blue window. If you left click and it will give you the green, left click and give you the blue. So what you're gonna do is, you see, when I left click here and I drag to this place without covering the whole object, see just part of the vertical line and part of the horizontal line. All the lines have been selected. But if I left click here and I drag to the left, I drag to the right, sorry, to get a blue window, none of them was selected. Why? Because if you left click on the blue, you can left click from here, left click and drag to the right and left for the blue window, and I'm at work, so man tired, but I still have to do this tutorial. So man is very very tired. So and I just cover this, this area, covering the whole length of the vertical line, but not covering the whole length of the horizontal line there. And I click, although it passes on the horizontal line, but only the vertical line was selected. But if I'm to do same here, now cover the whole length of the vertical line, but not the whole length of the horizontal line. But I click, all of them is selected, because the green one is used for selecting objects. If there are a whole lot of lines, then you want to pick difference out. The lines I want to select out and delete them or do whatever you want to do. So we have to select everything that falls within the blue line. The blue window will be selected. But you see, the horizontal line doesn't fall within the blue window. That's why it's not being selected. Only the vertical line falls within it. That's why it's being selected. Alright, so if I have to select all falling in it, see, it's been selected. But the green one, if I select this and it doesn't fall in it, anything that comes across it will be selected. So that's the main difference between the window blue and the window green. Alright, so let's move on. So with the arc, I have a 3-point arc. So let's say it's a specify first point, start point. Let's say this is our start point, and say specify mid second point for that's be the midpoint. Let's say here, and the end point say here. All right. You see, we are not having it, and why is it not working? You may ask yourself why. Because arc, the midpoint of the arc should be your radius of the arc, right? And since I was using the same thing, the same line, the same point or are on the same line, the points are on the same line, so I'm very hungry. So the points are on the same line, and because I'm not having it, that's not working. So let's say I'm having a line from this point, the center here, to this point. Then I'll just pick my arc. I'll click here. I'll click here. You see my yellow line here is moving horizontally, but if I put my cursor up, it doesn't move up as I want. It doesn't move up as I want. The reason is the auto mode is on that perpendicular thing over here. So if I switch it off, I can move the line anywhere that I want. See, so that I can move freely, because like when it's on, you are forcing it to move up, but it's not moving. See, it will be shaking until you click, then you bring it down, click for your next point. So now you have an arc. So the length of the midpoint to give the radius of the arc. So if I'm to extend this, just click on the blue box and drag and stretch it. We're gonna have another arc here. Now click here, and I'll click here. See, the second one is more far. The radius is far. Bigger than the one that we did. Alright, so we are done with the arc. That's how you deal with the arc. And you have a whole lot of arcs over here. You have the center, start center end, start center angle, start center length. So as time you deal with different types of drawings, you're gonna come along with all those arcs. Then you have another one here, rectangle. So excuse me. Rectangle, so the command prompt will tell you specify first corner point, or chamfer, elevation, fillet. That's options if you want to do another thing. So you click point here, then you drag. You specify next corner. The next corner will be, your point for the rectangle. So if I'm to hit enter to repeat the previous command, so enter will repeat the previous command that you were in, that you just left. So without going to select the rectangle again. If I click here, now let's say here, and my next corner will be here, or let's say this place, right? You see how the rectangle works. First corner, and as you are dragging to your next corner to giving you the shape. Now click. So this is the rectangle here, right? Okay. So if you know your dimensions and whatever, all that you're going to do is rectangle. You click anywhere, D, enter D on the keyboard. See the rectangle just go missing. Wow, what is it? Oh, it's a specified length of the rectangle. The length is, let's say, 10. Height is, let's say, 15. I don't want a square rectangle over here. Alright, so if I'm to pan up and zoom out, if I place my pointer here to the left, the rectangle moves to that place. To the right, it moves there. Alright, why is it doing that? Left, right, left, right, left, right, right. Meaning the direction that I want the rectangle to go. So anywhere, then I'll just click to confirm. Alright, so I think we're done with the rectangle for today. So, and since we are done with this commands here, all that we're going to do is we're going to pause for today. Then the next time that we meet, we're going to work with the modify ribbon over here, because I don't want to add them all so that you'll be confused. Yeah, because me myself that I'm working, I see how I'm suffering. I'm tired. So I hope this tutorial, you find this tutorial useful and now understand how to use some few drawing tools. Yeah, and after you're done with it, when you how to modify after you're doing a drawing, the next start working, doing a whole lot of design, so that you can know where to use this move command, where to do the copy command, to do the rotate command, then a whole lot of. I wish you can have questions to ask about. You have to drop them in the comment. I'll read them. So don't forget to click on the subscribe button for new videos on from Lala's card. And you're welcome as well. Always to put anything in the comment below. Alright, so subscribe. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. We will meet